Hello everyone, I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. This is a show that is dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. My name is Murph, I am the host of this show, and we're back with the series we're running for the month of October. My 31 favorite albums from the year 1982. And I'm doing this in a kind of normal fashion that I like to do where I'm ranking them. So we're going from my least favorite of the 31 to my most favorite. Now, there are, of course, a bunch of albums that didn't make the list, and it's unfortunate because some of them I think deserve to be on here. However, you can only pick 31, right? You can't have 32 on a 31 list. Well, I guess you could have a tie somewhere, but what will be the point to that, really? So anyways, the number 3 day, so this is the album that's coming in 29th. It's day 3. And we're talking about Roxy Music's Avalon. Now, I've never been overly, I wouldn't call myself a huge Roxy Music fan. I might not even qualify really as a person who really follows the band. There are a few tracks by them I do like. There's a few on this album I like. The sound of this album is good. I don't think it's a fantastic production album, but it's good. It's got lots of decent tracks on here. Of course, it does have that kind of, a little bit of that proggy sound to it. The album cover is quite good too. Kind of reminds me of Wishbone Ash's Argus, a little bit of that cover. Yeah, so this is a solid album. More Than This is the opening track, pretty good. And then, of course, you have the title track, Avalon, which I think is amongst my favorite Roxy Music songs, dating back. Yeah, you've got some good stuff in here. I'm just looking for something here. Yeah, almost everything on here, too, was written by Bryan Ferry. I don't think there's anything that wasn't. There's a couple of songs where he was not alone in the writing. There was actually one track, I remember seeing it, but I don't see it here at all. There's a couple tracks that he actually shared the credits for writing with, but primarily it's Bryan Ferry here playing and writing, and pretty much the main force on this. I'm just trying to get back in on this album by Roxy Music, coming out in 1982. Of course, it's the same with this band as it was with the two predecessor bands. The music is starting to become more poppy at this point in time, which is one of the reasons I kind of got out of rock, because some bands I liked quite a bit, but their music changed and became a lot more poppy, and this one kind of falls a little bit into that. Maybe not as much as the previous two albums we've done so far on this series, but still enough that you can notice the change. What else was I going to say about this album? Yeah, it's a decent album, you know. It's good enough that it should be on this list. At one time, maybe it would have been a little bit higher on the list, but it really hasn't done as well with me as it did initially. But I still like it enough to put it on the list and give Roxy Music a little bit of attention, because they don't get much from me, and maybe that'll change with the from the last series we did, in which this was one of the groups that I never quite followed. I think this is one of the groups I never quite followed. I'm pretty sure it was, and because I got this album early, I haven't got a whole lot of listening time in with it. Maybe 3 or 4 times over the course of the life of the time I've had the album, so it's maybe a couple of years now. I did have it in my playlist for a while, but it just didn't take off for me. But there was a couple of tracks on here I liked quite a bit. So there you have it. That's my day 3, with 29 to go. It's now number 29 on the list. I hope that you've enjoyed this episode of my favorite 31 albums from the year 1982. The series we're running for October. If you did, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. That's much appreciated. And you can hit the notification bell above so that you don't miss the next episode. Any comments about what I've said or about Roxy Music in general, you can put that down, or if you have something more specific you want to say about it, you can say that down below as well. And we'll be back again tomorrow with another episode from this series that we're running for the month of October. So take care and have yourself a good evening. Goodbye.